This is a homemade slab roller made out of oak, red oak, and it has legs, and they're made out of red oak also. I chose oak because it's very hard wood, and it can take a pretty hard beating without denting that much. As you see here, the roller rolls on top of the piece of wood here, so it has to be something substantial, or it will not. It will dent and eventually give. This slab roller is currently designed with basically a 3/4 inch piece of plywood on the bottom of the bed, then 2 1/4 inch sheets of polyethylene plastic that I had in my shop. You don't necessarily have to use a 1/4 inch plastic. You can use 1/4 inch plywood, preferably a closed grain wood. Like, for example, maple or birch. Not oak, because oak will give you patterns as you roll it across it. Now, of course, if you use canvas, you can put it down, it doesn't matter. But this thing is basically comprised of 3-inch cylinders that are made out of Schedule 40 PVC that I have poured Quikrete, which is a pre-mixed quick-drying cement. I first cap the ends and put the glue and cap the ends. Then I poured the cement to the very top of each cylinder. I'll let them dry a couple of days. Once I had that done, I made sure they were clean. And then I took and on the bottom one down here, and I'll turn so you can see on the bottom one, before I capped it, I had to drill a hole in it, because if I tried to put it on with the glue and push it on, the air inside that's capturing it, I had a tendency to push it out. So I drilled a hole and it went right on. This is a reducer from a 4-inch to a 3-inch reducer. I bought this piece as is, and then I drilled these holes using a Falsner bit, which does a very good job. And then this is a dowel. This dowel is passed through the holes that I drilled, and I have 2 retaining screws, one here and one here, to stop the handle from sliding out. In addition to the 2 tubes of 3-inch PVC, I also took a cap, and I cut two slivers, as you see right here, and I glued them to this so it would track better along the table. I extended if you notice here, I extended the end panels like this so I could have a place to put my cables in here. That's how I purposely did that. Now, another thing too, every joint in here, including the legs, are glued with carpenter's glue, and then I came back with screws to make it stronger. So this is a very strong table over here. I'm going to slide the 1/4 inch spaces I have there. Now, you know, I end up with about 1/4 inch. You can probably see it right here, 1/4 inch right over here. So my slab comes out approximately 1/4 inch. Now, if I use canvas, it comes a little thinner than that. So you can actually do what you can buy some. If you don't want to buy 1/4 inch, you can buy 1/8 inch, and you can put, say, 4 pieces of 1/8 and just take one slide one out, and you can vary the thickness that way. You don't really need these things you can crank up and down. This does a perfectly great job. It's extremely solid. It should last you a long time. I'm going to take one of the sheets out. I drilled holes here so I could stick my finger and pull it out like this. That's one sheet. Here's the second sheet. And of course, here's the base of the table. It's a 1/2 inch piece of quality plywood. It's birch laminated, and it's extremely strong and serves as a good bed for this. Now I'll lift this out of here so you can see it. The dimensions of the table, it's 25.5 inches wide and 41.5 inches long. These dimensions can vary depending upon your needs. I'm using on the front and back a 7-inch piece of 3/4 inch oak on back and front, and on the sides I'm using a 5.5-inch piece of oak on both of the sides. The bed of the roller has cross members to support the plywood that rest on top. It also has triangular pieces that I glued and screwed in each corner for additional support and stability to keep the frame itself square. The wires that allow this thing to turn parallel in motion, as you see here, the wires are actually sort of a figure eight. They come here, and I crimp or use a swage tool to crimp these pieces of aluminum to hold it in place. Came, wrapped it under and then around, and down, and back up and around, and then down again, and back up and out this way over here. It's done identical on both sides. The other side you can see over here. The wires are held in place by a hole that I've drilled, and then I run it across a pulley here, and then it's crimped or swaged into an eye, and then I use turnbuckles to tighten each side. I put two eye brackets here, and then I bolted them in here. Hi, I'm going to demonstrate how to roll a piece of clay on this roller. I just pulled a piece of clay from the back, the lump clay from the back, and I have here a piece of canvas left over when I covered my table. And so I'm just going to put it over here and slap it on here. I just put a little starting end like that, and then go ahead and flip it back over, and bring it as close as I can to the roll. Have it roll all the way to one side. And it's very easy because I have these long handles, and basically I'll hold it so it doesn't slide. It's not sliding right now. And I'll just hold the canvas and pull as it does this, and I'll just go ahead and roll it down like this. And you can see it starting to go at a long distance right there. And what I'm going to do, once it's done that way, I'm going to stop it, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it sideways, which might be a little problem. Let me try it this way instead. I'll take this piece here, and I'll just do it one more time over here in the middle, and flatten it like this instead. Because if you flatten all in one direction, when it goes to dry, it has a tendency to warp. So we're changing directions on it, and this will give us hopefully a better results once we flatten. Also, it'll widen the piece. I'll come back a couple of times like this, and there we go. The piece of clay has been flattened on the slab roller. There you go. And it's approximately 1/4 inch thick, maybe a little thinner than that. And then I'll put this into a slump mold and make something from here.